All right, episode 3, the COD.
Hey,
Paul Ryan back in effect. Got our man's Jams the Flava Child joining us today,
yeah,
early
yeah.
before the early afternoon festivities. You know what I mean?
That's
You know what I'm saying? But nah, man, you see us just to get everybody in tune. Thank you for checking in. Episode 1 and 2. Episode 3 going to be more of the same. We're elevating every day. You see, we got our mic set up now, so our audio should be smooth. But let's start with Jams, man. Before we get into it, for the people who don't know who you are,
yeah.
let them know who JAMSTFC, Jams the Flava Child, is.
I'm James JAMS, the Flava Child. I'm from Chicago. I'm a voice for the unheard, man. I make music for the kids trying to find their way. I just put out a project called Clarity. It came out May 22nd. It's my second album, but the first one I put out in about 4 years. And yeah, that's that, man. Everything kind of going up right now. I think that's a lot of energy around the music as much as there could be, because we can't go outside and everything. But yeah, everything going up right now, man. Everything in the jams world is real good.
Hey,
Hey.
congrats on hitting that 100K.
I was
I
about
saw
to
that.
say, I was about to say, man, you're pretty humble, man. But the Clarity album was hot, 100K, man, on the streams. You dropping the Tiny Desk sessions, man. Go ahead and go into that, man. What made you go that direction?
Well, the clarity, then like today's like streaming area. I don't really like to judge like when music comes out right away, like what the numbers are, whatever, because it's too much shit. Like you find good music. Like when one of my artists puts out an album, I listen to it when I want to listen to it. I don't feel the need to listen to it right now. Like 9 a.m. Let me get out of and I think it's important to like judge like streams and everything. Over time of progression, like I think Clarity is a classic piece of art. I think it's a timeless piece of music, and I'm hella excited that it did like the 100,000 streams in the first month. But I'm more excited to see like what it'll do in a year, because I know there's a lot of art that isn't timeless, and that people make it for like today and tomorrow. And I'm really excited to see what it does in the span of time, if other people kind of see it classic the way that I see it. And then the Tiny Desk stuff was really like, I love playing with a band, the Flava Child thing. I always play with the band. I like to play real funky. All my best friends, man, it's what it looks like, it's as fun as it looks like. Rehearsals, like going to church, it's just like, it's so fun. And the live session was really like, so on my new project Clarity, I stepped away from using a lot of live instruments. Usually on my shit, I got 50, 60, 70 tracks on just one song, right? On Give Me Your Love and like Ring Ring and songs like that. But on these type of songs, it's got like 10, 15 tracks. It's kind of a less is more type of vibe, right? And I wanted to like bring the band back. I didn't want people to think I was just like all the way stepping away from that energy. And then so we challenged ourselves to, strip it down Tiny Desk style and play it like 100% acoustic, which was way more, I wouldn't say like relaxed, just a little bit more focused than we used to play, because it used to just be like a whole band, funky ass energy on some P-funk shit, just like pick up all of each other's slack. This is like, really focused and intricate and, took a lot of rehearsal.
That's good. So I heard you mention a little bit about timeless versus music for the moment. What went into this album? What does Clarity stand on? What were the what was your motivation for the album and the overall message?
Man, clarity is like what it sounds like, man. It's clarity, I'm a foggy dude. Like I don't have that much clarity, I think we all, like Jay-Z said, thank God for granting me this moment of clarity, and it's like you really feel thankful in that moment. Like you just got like, thank you. I feel so clear right now. Now let me talk about it. Let me illustrate this chapter of my life. And I think as creatives, as artists, like right now, you guys got this podcast. It'd be the only people that can stop you are you guys. Like if you don't do the next episode, you guys just, and you had a moment of clarity, like this is what we're gonna do, and you just move that fast. And I think as creatives, when you have that moment of clarity, you gotta act right, and you gotta act like ASAP. You can't take that, whatever you want to call it, like that spurt for granted. And when this happened, I was making a lot of music. I always make a lot of music, but I went into album mode and really made Clarity in like a span of 3 weeks. which is interesting to say, like something timeless could be, you know, made that fast, so to say. But I think a lot of the stuff happens way before you go to make the actual music. You know what
Oh
I'm
yeah.
saying? Like all that, the whole process happens way before that. So that was all going on in my head mentally. And then I think like I just broke up with my girl that I was with for a long time. I was single. It was fall in Chicago, you know, like orange leaves, 50 degrees, you know, my best creative time. And it was just, I just got off my first ever tours. I was feeling myself and the energy around everything was just great. And, you know, I just want to step up, bro. I want to step up and make a project that was like, you know, meant a lot to me. And it all just kind of happened, like it just aligned, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, and not to I guess blow up any personal conversation you might have had with Paul, but he did mention to me about how important it was that you had moved, I guess, back to Chicago from LA. Did
Yeah.
that go into the recording, or did that influence anything?
So I've never lived in LA.
Okay.
I've never lived in LA. I've never lived anywhere but Chicago. I've spent a lot of time in LA. I'm about to go to LA for a minute.
Nice.
But now this project was recorded right here.
All right.
Hey. Yeah,
Hey.
literally right here at the crib. This is my home studio. I recorded here, and then I take it to the real studio, and I'll do it in like a day or two. But this like the sweaty part, you know, is just all done here. And I just like to tap in the mode, man. I like to like, you know, being in Chicago and being at the crib is different. I don't need like a studio. I don't need all that, you know, extra stuff. I like being here. I'm kind of like, you know, just working in the gym, and then I'll take my final draft over to the studio.
Nice.
Hey, so speaking on something that you talked about clarity and how, you reach that moment of clarity and you get artistic and you start putting these tracks down, right? You get the vision for what you want your music to be. Man, quarantine 2020, man, how did that affect your artistic process? You know, how did it affect the way you approached your music? And did it affect the way you approach your music? Because I know there's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of stress going on. You know, a lot of things happening in the world.
Yeah, I think it's with quarantine and quarantine only, right? At that time in life, it was just stale. I think like creatively, you know, people could say anything they want to say about it, but it was just stale, right? Like our mental diet is, you know, what goes in and out of our head, and like there wasn't much else going on in the world. You know what I mean? And that's it. Like it was just stale. For me personally, I finished Clarity before all this shit. You know what I'm saying? I finished. Like I was working in like January, February, March to run the whole summer, and I wasn't gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? But music is definitely not like hitting like it's supposed to hit, because I can't get in your car with you and, you know, and smoke with you and listen to this. We can't hit the festival and jump up and down and listen to the shit. You can't hit the bar. I can't debut this song with the DJ. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't right now. I want to throw the best parties, like backyard party Chicago ever seen. Like the energy's so lit. I think it's a new scene in Chicago that I'm cultivating, like a collective, a new group of people that like you could go to a backyard party, all races, all faces, all sizes, all shapes, like no judging, just in this beautiful world. And you can't do that right now because of the. So I think there's a lot of people that got visions that right now that really can't just be seen all the way through. And it is what it is. But you can't feel bad for yourself, you know, like the universe, the whole thing, everything happening to everybody. So it's like
everything happens for a reason, huh?
Yeah, but like at the same time, like, you know, the universe is bigger than us, right? God gonna humble you all the time, and like that's everybody going through the same thing. It's hard to really feel bad for yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Did any of that go into the motivation for the Tiny Desk series? Just to get back out there and show people that energy?
To keep it 1,000, the Tiny Desk series happened in December of 2019.
Oh, so you were on it.
Yeah.
Right.
But so I performed 5 songs. At that time, that's just what I had. Like Clarity wasn't like a finished album or anything like that. And yeah, I think like I'm an independent artist. You know, I run Jams the Flava Child LLC, Solo Dolo, and that was really like for me like a new level up of like execution and just like leadership and like seeing ahead, because it's I wouldn't say it's like hard, but the challenge as a leader is definitely to like keep your troops like reinvigorated and at high energy and like, you know, like they love this shit all the time. We play this music, it should never feel like anything else, right? But when you're doing all this shit for free and you taking an Uber across to Chicago and it's, you know, it's 10 degrees and, well, you know, all that shit happen, you need to do that 2-3 days a week, and, you know, you work in a minimum wage job and blah, blah, blah. As a leader, you know, I've been through all that. You know, I still go through all that. So I sympathize with all that, and I recognize all that. So I know that I got these amazing musicians, but I can't just like ask them to do whatever I want, wherever I want. But sooner or later they get tired, and you got to pick your opportunities to really like make the most out of something. And so for those live sessions, I really hit them all up, and I was like, look, like I know we gassed, we did the tour, I shot like 2 music videos. We played at the Give Me Your Love music video. The band like played, so we were rehearsing for that. We were just doing like a lot of shit. You know, I was you know really asking them for a lot and for free for the love. And I hit that point where I could like sense they weren't getting tired or anything, but it was like, what's up, man? Like,
you want to make sure they're good.
Like it's
they're taken care of.
Yeah. And luckily, like, you know, they all kind of took what I said, and I was like, man, if we do this one last thing, like in 2019, like it's really, 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 really gonna matter. And the coolest part about it mattering is like, it's not the time right now to like stunt or like put out a music video and be like, yo, I'm super fucking happy, because it's not time to be that happy, right? And these live sessions are the perfect, not like in an extra smart, manipulative way, and then they just so happen to be the perfect thing to like, it's what people need right now. People don't need you standing on top of a car talking your shit. They need that human, pure, organic feeling. So, you know, I think the lesson for me within it all is like, trust your ideas. Like, you know, don't be afraid to put, like when you need something to happen, like don't be afraid to push people that like, because you believe in it that much, and like your result and your end product will always speak for itself. And that's what happened with these. You know, I'm super, super happy with them.
Cool. Now, recently, my bad. I just want to jump in since you spoke about, you know, standing on a car. I seen a video. You weren't standing on a car, but you were around the car with the homies. Shot by Pat Banahan. I've, you know, been lucky to be around him through mutual friends. So when I saw it on my timeline, I was like, yo, this is hard. I want to see it. Cinematography, everything just on Pat's level. Shout out to Pat. But the song is dope too. How did that video come around? 1 a.m.
Shout out Pat, man. That's one of my best friends. He's my dog. He
Nice.
1 a.m. video really came about like me and Pat getting together, and so this whole clarity thing was really like a reawakening for me personally, taking everything back to just like the human core and the foundation of me. Not even like taking it back, like reestablishing it. And visually, you do the same thing, you know? So me and Pat, we always thought, yo, let's do these crazy animated videos. And it was just like, yo, let's just, you know, call up the homies and shoot the vibe, you know what I mean? And we got in the whip, literally went to the gas station. I live in Humboldt Park, Chicago. The gas station we went to is up the street. We shot that video in an hour, bro. And it's sometimes it's that energy, you know, it's pure energy. You don't need to be too smart. Like, you want to figure out how to translate your purity, like figure out how to translate your innocence, like your just artistic, like, hey, I'm just trying to say something, you know, I don't need to shove it down your throat or like go like this or anything. And I think that's kind of the headspace we squeezed into with those videos, you know.
Hey, I saw that you did some small private concerts previously, right? And you mentioned, you know, you going on tour and touring. What do you prefer, man, for any artists who might be listening? Like what's your experience in touring?
I don't have a preference. I just love performing, man. I think that's what I was born to do. I love performing. It's the like we were talking about like a lot of artists, like the timeless shit versus like here today, gone tomorrow music. I think there's a lot of artists that can't perform now. That suck at performing. They suck dick at performing. Like, that is terrible. You know what I'm saying? It's not even performing. And yeah, like, I'm gonna talk some shit. Like, it's really not. Like, it's crazy that a lot of people pay, you know, $75 to see someone rap on top of their vocals. Like, it's really like, it's weak. You know what I'm saying? Like, Lil Wayne, he would never do that ever. You know, and that's why Lil Wayne's the rock star he is. And I don't know, but for me personally, I like both, bro. I like the challenge of an intimate set. You know, like if you mess it up, like it's all, you know, it's really intricate. Like it takes real skill. Every time I do a set like that, I get better. Sometimes at the live shows, you definitely lose the intimacy. That's how, like, the bigger live shows, right? You lose the intimacy. But I'm not like that lit, so it's still intimate. You know, like the sold out show I did was like 350 people a show, and it's intimate, you know. And I think yeah, I don't know, man. I love playing both of them for sure. They both give me the same high. You know what I'm saying? I think as I'll get bigger, I'll definitely miss the intimate shows. But I'll always like remember what I did here, and I'll always remember how to create those shows. You know, I don't think like that has to be a thing of the past. You know, I think I keep doing those. You know?
Who are some of your influences, since you had mentioned Lil Wayne, as far as when it comes to performances?
Performances, man, not rappers really.
Yeah.
Like Rage Against the Machine, Wayne, because Wayne not a rapper. Rage Against the Machine, man, P-Funk, like I like all the funky shit. I like, you know, in the future when I get in like to the festival circuit and stuff, I like to like, I'm gonna have a whole band just decked out wearing a bunch of trippy stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like how P-Funk had like the spaceship on there, you know?
Yep.
I like entertainment, like, you know, entertainment and, you know, like, I'm not really, I haven't done that too many like interviews. It's crazy in my head.
No,
I'm
you're
like,
good.
I bring this dude up in my head, you know? But like Russ, like Russ is like getting bags right now. Like Russ probably getting 6 figures a show. He don't put a penny back into his show. And it's like, it's weak to me. Not like, I like Russ. And I'm not even like throwing shade. I think like as if I'm a fan of somebody, I want to see you reinvest into your product. Like, Scott, you know, you ain't that. You ain't Drake. You can't just like walk out here and Drake got fireworks to his shit.
Drake got a flying Lambo.
Travis Scott got a roller coaster in his shit.
Yeah. And like Drake's flying around. He's flying around.
Treat me like these people. I'd invest into your shit. You know, like have some real entertainment. Like Chance, I love Chance. Like he, you know, I heard he was taking losses on his shows when he was doing like the coloring book tour because he put so much into the theatrics of his performance. And like, I think that mattered for rappers, you know, like I think
Kanye West.
Yeah, hell yeah. Kanye West, huge influence in me. Lupe Fiasco even is really big on that stuff.
I just saw Lupe in Denver, man. Just saw.
Yeah, Lupe, huge influence of mine. But yeah, I mean, I like entertainment. Like I like when people take shit serious. I don't like when people like stumble on stage and they like, you don't even know if the mic working. Like, you know, Outkast, big influence for me. You know, a lot of the stuff that's happening right now with the protest and all these, you know, everything that's just happening in the world. Like Outkast was on that like about 2-3 years ago when they went on the reunion tour.
Yeah, like, all the Andre, he had those messages.
Right. Yeah, he was every night on that, bro. Like he was. I think he was early or nothing like that, but he was
about it.
They canceled that tour because they weren't like making the type of noise that they should have, and it was like, I wish I didn't come to Chicago. I wish I could have seen them.
Yeah, they were out in Tinley Park. I had to make a trip for that one.
Oh yeah.
But speaking of, it was hard, bro. Like, I mean, look, man, I didn't got to tell you, man. Like, I'm probably one of 15 people who was singing word for word. It was a young crowd because it was more of a festival atmosphere. It wasn't just an Outkast show.
Right.
So, you know, sometimes you look around and you're like kind of upset, like, yo, these people aren't taking this greatness seriously that's in front of their face. But it don't matter about them as long as I'm getting what I got to get out of it. But,
especially when they're performing classic songs off of like a Clementine, you know what I mean? Like, I'm in the zone, you know. I'm in the zone.
I went to one show at Tinley Park. It was the best show I've seen in my whole life.
Yeah.
I feel like I'll never see a rap show that's anywhere close to as good as it.
Who was it?
It pisses me off that people don't talk about it more. Like, the show's so legendary. It was Lil Wayne versus Drake too.
I went to that.
It was so serious. Like, it was like they were at a whole time. Drake would do 3 songs and Wayne would do 3 songs, and then
you had to vote on your phone.
Yeah, and you left it, and they sent you the set list. Like they were going 3 for 3 for 3, 2 for 2, 1 for 1, and it was like these motherfuckers had 40 Billboard records apiece, like just swinging on each other. And, and they bros. like, you know, like iron sharpens iron, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the coolest shit, you know? And yeah, that was, I think, was that at Tinley Park, bro? That was
Yeah,
there, right?
yeah.
Yeah, that shit was super legendary, man.
Yeah, not a bad venue.
You mentioned with everything that's going on with the George Floyd and the Black Lives Matter. I saw you down at the protest, man. What was your experience down there?
Man, well, I mean, first and foremost, you know, I just want to like show an angle of Chicago that the news doesn't show. That's why I chose to use my platform to demonstrate in a, you know, in that type of action. I got 10,000 people a week that come to my profile. You know what I'm saying? So now it's 10,000 people more that know that like motherfuckers ain't throwing bricks through windows. Like we sitting on the floor here, and the only people bringing weapons to this are the police. And you need a visual to that, you know. And that's why I was there. You know, I also think it's important for people like me to get out. You know what I'm saying? I ain't I'm physically able, you know what I'm saying? And that's all that matters, you know. I struggle like, you know, not putting action to words, you know. So if I got an opinion on something, like I'm gonna shake something, you know. I don't feel comfortable like getting on that podium. I don't feel like that's my place, et cetera, et cetera. But simply put, you know what I'm saying? I'm a white dude that spent a lot of time in Black communities, you know what I'm saying? A lot more than your average white dude. I obviously profit off of, you know, hip hop music, which is Black. I've always said that, like, you know, like it's just I like Paul, me and you, we'll talk about stuff like this all the time. And you know, when you talking with your homie, you know, you can keep it black and white. Not like your homie. When you talking with your family, you can keep it black and white. I think when you get to like a bigger world, there's a lot of people that like bite their tongue, and I think we got to get used to talking without biting our tongues. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, this is how I feel. This is how you feel, and we all allowed to feel like that. Except if you're racist, obviously. We have the absolute anti, you know, zero tolerance policy for racism. Everybody allowed to have an opinion unless you fucking racist.
Give it to us.
But how do I feel, man? I'm sick. Like, I'm ashamed. I'm embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do I feel? Like you know, I'm scared for my Black friend to drive home from my house post 11 p.m. Like you know, you know, we can get into it, but how you know me, bro? Like I was the first way I ever made money in my life was being a token white dude in a situation. You know what I'm saying? So the perspective that I have on it is definitely a perspective that makes me feel like I should do more, and we all feel like we should do more, but it just makes me feel like I should be as active as possible. Like I do need to have those conversations with people because it is progressive. It is like the best thing that I could do today. And yeah, you know, in regards to like protests, how was it? It was unorganized. Like it was different. It was 2020. Like people were handing me like alkaline 9.5 pH water and shit, you know. And it was like and like Nutri-Grain bars and like Cliff bars, and it was cool. Like you could tell the people like were definitely not gonna get tired. Like the people were gonna keep reinforcing the people. But it's 2020. You know, it's not a civil rights movement from my angle. That's kind of like what it looked like. You know, I think it needs like the actual protest could use some more leadership, and I don't think that shit comes from rappers. I don't think that shit comes from anything like me, you know. I don't think that shit comes from Chance the Rapper. I think that shit comes from, you know, people in the community that have studied the art of protest and, you know, have real history on Black education and Black history. And I don't, and I make rap music, you know what I mean? I also don't think there's that many people looking at me to do that, you know. And yeah, I think we need better leaders in the community. I think we need better organization. I think we need, well, yeah, I'll leave it at that. You know, I think those are the biggest things that we need, you know. And I don't know, Chicago not going to get tired though, man. You know, it's inspiring. At the end of the day, it's very inspiring just to see like that these people are going to keep reinforcing people, you know. And then you also see like the cops kind of changing their tone. Like these dudes are sitting on the floor. Like I'm done being like this militant. Like I'm gonna put this baton down. Like no one doing anything, you know. And
The exercise.
Yeah, I don't know. I think so many people go there to see the spectacle too, which is like, that's why I said it's 2020, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's not 1960.
Some of these people want chaos, huh?
Yeah, you know, like they pull up to see the spectacle, like, and it's like, I don't know, a lot. It's the protest that I went to was great. You know, I went to 2 protests, you know, and both of them were great. I've also heard of a lot of stuff that was organized by people that were like, that had brands and blah blah blah. You know, pretty obviously had alternative agendas, and it was like, you know, let's keep it focused. You know, let's get it done, and let's apply pressure where it belongs. And I don't think that should be that like challenging. You know, I think focus needs to stay where it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Are you I guess planning to put any of that energy into your upcoming music?
I don't know.
Or still just keeping it light?
No, I mean, I don't keep it light. Like, I got a song called Past Tense, like, where a music video make you cry. Like, I don't keep it light. I'm definitely not afraid to go there.
Yeah.
You know, if anything, I think I should keep it lighter. You know, I think most of my shit heavy. I think most of my shit kind of heavy. But I just don't do politics, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not educated. I'm not informed. I have rapper-ass opinions. Like, yeah, I want to defund the police. I fucking hate the police. I've never called the police once in my life. I'm not going to talk too smart about shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know Paul served. You know what I mean? But I've had conversations with him and the conversations with my other homies that have served, that have positive and negative things to say about, like, America. I wasn't born in America, side note. I was born in the UK. My dad isn't a United States citizen. You know, so I don't.
There's a lot of different issues than just
for my black friends, bro. Like, I ain't got no time to talk about Donald Trump's weak ass, like his orange ass. Like, I hate him. You know? Like, I'm not gonna put him into my music. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
no chance. Like, no chance. But I'm scared for my black friends, bro. Like, I'm scared that they're like, you know, I'm terrified for my black friends. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's gonna hit my music because that's what's going on. And like, I'm just illustrating on what my eyes see, you know, and it's different, you know, to put that into a song, and you know, usually you got an idea in your head, you're gonna put something in the song, people gonna be in the car and it's gonna hit them,
right?
And they just, you know, you put this in the car, you want to make people think, like, and just, you know, go to the right place. Like, you know, wow, that's a very interesting opinion. That's just an interesting take on it. And I think you can illustrate that with a bar or two, you know, like, a whole song is very reactive for somebody that's never made a political song or had a political agenda.
Right. Yeah, you said one of your influences is Rage Against the Machines, man. That's very, you know, in the times, bro. Like,
not facts. 100%. I've always been like an anti-establishment dude. Like, I'm just not like with the government. You know, I'm a free enterprise dude. I had a job in 6 years. Like, I'm not with, you know, I just don't like the system. Like I said, I never called cops. I think the system. I got suspended when I was in high school, out of school, for like giving out my CD, like things like that. So I always like really felt like high school needed to be reformed, and the way that we get taught things needs to be reformed. And that's just who I am. That's how I've always been. And then within this, like, that's how I feel. That's how I've always felt, you know. And I think it's really important to think for yourself right now, like, above everything. It's really, really, really important to think for yourself right now. And, you know, creating definitely allows me to do that, you know.
Right.
Now, getting off the heaviness, want to get to a lighter topic. I saw on your Twitter, man, you got this new iPhone. It's still sitting there. Now, as a rapper myself, I know how near and dear that note app is. I can scroll back and see notes and raps from 4 or 5 years ago. What's your thoughts right now, bro? Have you switched over? Are you still a little shaky on the cloud, you know, keeping everything intact?
Yeah, I hate to cloud, man. Shit stresses me out.
You don't want to lose that energy, man.
Like I say, I'm anti-establishment fucking cloud.
Yeah.
But I switched over to my new phone. It's mad easy, you know. I was being a dumbass. It's super easy. You know, like so easy. My mom could do it, you know. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's I got like I keep hard drives with me for like all my music and my videos. So I take everything off my computer and off like I don't trust anything but
it's
that hard
staying
drive.
safe. Nothing's getting leaked.
I got backups for those hard drives. So I don't really give a fuck like what's on the cloud or what's on there. As long as those hard drives is cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
Hey man, you also got this article with Vocalo, and they kind of shout out to them, and they kind of mentioned something, man, that you know ties into what we were talking about, you know, on the side conversation before. It's about your growth. You know what I mean? Like as an artist, man, through your creative process, through over the years, you know, obviously stuff that happens to you throughout your life, man, whatever the case may be. Like what's the main thing you think that you learned being an artist, you know, that helped you grow the most?
Trust yourself. You know, like your success isn't dependent on anybody but yourself. And I think like, you know, that's like it's like the basketball player like finally realizing like, you know, like you need to go get this bucket. Like you're the only one that's gonna make it happen yourself, you know. And I think for me, I'm a hustler, and without really being accountable, I didn't realize that I was like looking at other people and was dependent on other people to like yo, I just finished this. Like let's bring it up here, and the only person that's gonna bring it up here is me. Like, the only person that's gonna work as hard as this is me. And to ask of other people, it's not like self-righteous or crazy or anything. Like it's valid. That's cool. That's how things get big. But if you're not, you know, doing what you need to do on your angle, like nothing gonna happen, you know. And my growth is strictly due to that. Like I just stopped looking at everybody. I'm more selfish than I've ever been in my whole life. I don't like it. Like I'm trying to get used to it. I talk to way less people than I've ever talked to in my life. I don't like it. I'm trying to get used to it. You know, I you know, give a cold shoulder to a couple people I used to give a lot of time of day to. I don't like it. I'm getting used to it. I'm protecting my energy, you know, like I'm protecting my growth. Like it's very scalable. It's very direct. It's very, like I said, with our diet, right? It's everything that comes in and out of us. So that's it, you know, just protecting the growth, man. I think it really came from just like depending on myself and stop looking to other people to do stuff, you know, and that's it. Just like I think that alone is like the ultimate form of faith, right? And like your relationship with your faith is like I'm gonna really jump and I'm really not looking. Like it's not spiteful. Like I'd love to take this free fall right now. It's nothing else in the world for me besides this free fall, you know.
Right.
And that's it, really.
Hey, full speed ahead, man.
Full speed ahead. All right,
I've never had a plan B, you know, so it's crazy. Like I've never had a plan B. So I always thought like I was like with the free fall and blah, 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 but I wasn't because I was waiting for a couple people to pick me up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
This is the true free fall. Like this is me. I don't even want you to pick me up. Like let me smack the floor if that's the deal. Like I got it.
Now we got a little less than or a little over 4 minutes left. I guess just plug yourself, man. Let us know what you want the world to know, what you got coming up next, what we should be waiting for, looking out for.
Just keep an eye on me. I'm gonna keep working, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep working. I'm gonna keep putting out this music, man. I'm gonna be, and I have been 2020 MVP. There's nobody in Chicago doing it like me at all right now. I know a lot of people keeping their music like on their phone and their computer right now because they don't want to get outside and not like with the virus, they don't want to get outside, obviously, you know, like that, but they don't.
Yeah.
They scared to let this shit go because it might not hit like it's supposed to hit. I know my stuff hitting because it hits you here and it hits you here. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I know that's why I'm having the best year in the entire city right now. So I just want to keep reinforcing that. You know, like I don't really feel like I'm even really warmed up. You know, I'm trying to on my end just like get really focused in the studio right now. I'm about to go out to LA for a little bit. It's cancer season. My birthday July 21st. So I just been like, just in my bag, bro. Like I said, like spending more time than ever by myself, saying no a lot more than saying yes. Like, you know, making the right decisions, keeping my head like on my shoulders, you know, getting all the distractions out of there, clearing my plate. And yeah, from the outside looking in, man, it's just more and more music, more high quality music, more high quality videos. I'd like to put out a project this year, but I also want to tour Clarity. So I know if I put out another project, like that'll kind of succeed Clarity, you know. So we'll figure out how to do all that, but we'll see, man. I mean, really, and then just being there for people, you know. I think like that's where we are right now, like just being there for people. Not somebody doesn't need a new song a day right now. You know, people need positivity. People need like, I don't know, just sunshine,
some hope.
Man. Yeah, hope, being a light for people and
inspiration, bro.
Smiling through the bullshit, man. It's a superpower, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, where can we find your merch, and what song should we leave the people with?
Okay, yeah, my merch is on JAMSTFC.com, JamesTheFlavaChild.com, JAMSTFC.com. I'm like sold out, to be honest. I sold about 150 pieces over 4 weeks, which was amazing, man. It means the world to me. I know like stores that don't do that. And I didn't even get to go outside, you know. So I was on tour. If I was on tour, we really would have sold like 500-600, which is like, it's really cool. It means the world to me, and it means that like this shit's officially in action, you know. But yeah, you can find that on JamesFlavaChild.com, JAMSTFC.com. What else? A song? Should play that 1 a.m. That seems like it's the hit off the album, you know. It's what the people want. Yeah, that's it. Really, that's all I got.
Hey man, thank you for sitting down with us, bro.
Yeah,
great conversation,
9 a.m.
bro.
on a Sunday, man. I had it. I called last night at like 1 a.m. Like, yo, I'm lit. He was like, bet. I was like, I'm lit. I was waiting for him to be like, me too, bro. Like, we go at 11 tomorrow. He was like, bet.
I was ready for whatever. I was ready.
Hey, yo, we got Jams the Flava Child on the card. We appreciate them coming through.
Hell yeah.
Album Clarity out right now.
Clarity out right now. 1 a.m. coming up right now.
That's right. Yeah, hey, we appreciate you, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, love. Thanks for having me, yo. Congrats on with the card, man.
Yeah,
thank you.
Guys, keep doing it big, man. I can't wait to come back and, you know.
Hey.
I see now you guys got the mics. Who knows what you guys are.
You know what it is. Come on, every time. We might got a studio audience next time.
That audio is on point.
Hey.
For real.
Hell yeah, bro.
1 a.m.
Yeah, hey, so this is gonna go up on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on YouTube and SoundCloud. I'll send you the links.
About 3 a.m.
When you put it in public.
We started at 1 a.m. though. Yeah. Close the curtains, turn off the lights. We up all night, sleep away the morning. I just want peace, I don't wanna fight. I wish I wasn't, but I'm so observant. Count my blessings, fight my curses. Every day I refine my purpose, one day at a time, step by step. 1 a.m. drunk text from my ex. This ain't even about the sex, it's about doing more and being worried less. This about the courage that it takes to do what's best for you. I'm sipping native proof. Once I get my head fucked up and I don't know what's the next move. Fuck it, kill me today and bury me in the studio. 1 a.m. full tank of gas, just driving. Just reminiscing, put 20 on 7 and I'm on my stairway to heaven. I'm not looking in the rear view. This my life, I took control of the wheel. I took control of the 1 a.m. full tank of gas, just driving. Just reminiscing, put 20 on 7 and I'm on my stairway to heaven. 1 a.m. full tank of gas, just driving. Just driving, just driving. I wonder what the world want from it. Wonder what this money really means to me. Wonder what my little cuz thinks of me. I know all my friends will go to war for me. I know Kevin up there looking down on me. No task is too tall for me. Obstacles are obsolete and there's some things you just can't teach. Like you gotta learn how to love yourself. By yourself and yourself only. Some days get lonely, stay strong, keep going. and never be scared to fail. Or you trap your mind inside of a jail. You give up everything that you stand for if you wanna pay the bill. So fuck what they think, I sip the drink. If you don't try, then you won't learn. And we live on borrowed time, so you live your life, cause I'ma live mine.
You live your life, cause I'ma live mine.
One day at a time, I look at the world like I know it's mine. It just take time. 1 a.m., full tank of gas, just driving. Just reminiscing, put 20 on 7, and I'm on my stairway to heaven. I'm not looking in the rear view, this my life, I took control of the wheel, I took control of the 1 a.m., full tank of gas, just driving. Just reminiscing, put 20 on 7, and I'm on my stairway to heaven. And I'm gone. I know we say like failure is not an option and all that, but that's true of course, but failure is the best teacher. 1 a.m.